video I'm absolutely gonna keep. But as I was saying, God bless God, first one was unashamed. Yeah, if the first part didn't record. Yeah, most of what I said in the last video I'm absolutely gonna keep, and here we are now. So I want everybody to totally understand this. Back to two things because I still want to go off on these tangents for people to understand. Like for example, when it comes to what Hobson said about being a versatile artist, like I understand you have to be willing to pick up multiple jobs, within your career as an artist in order to, drive it to its full potential. You can't just want to do one thing with only one to write bars and expect your career to go anywhere. A million and more people write bars. You have to want to get more hands-on involved in learning how to do other jobs within, your career path. And if you want to, succeed as an artist in the industry, I totally understand what Hobson was saying about that in the old interview that he did about you have to want to be a versatile artist. You can't just want to write bars and just and just think that you're going to be successful. You have to learn how to do multiple jobs, in your career, in order to make it go, etc. And I want people, like, dare I say, like, you have to learn how to book shows for yourself. You have to learn how to market and promote yourself. You have to learn how to count your own money. You have to learn what deals to make, and probably a bunch of other stuff. But those are some things off the top of my head I can just spit at you for what I'm pretty sure Hobson meant. Let alone he actually said it in that exact interview about some of the other things you have to want to do. Or you have to learn how to do if you really want, to be successful, in the music industry and so on. But back to also what I was saying about, the Robertsons, Willie Robertson and Sadie Robertson, when it comes to that celebrity family, in terms of and a great example of a daughter knowing how her dad raised her well, and so on and so on. Because, for example, Christian parenting definitely comes with its challenges like any other, parent has. But definitely what Christian parenting is supposed to do is give you that extra side of joy, comfort, and or relief that indeed this is your purpose. We are accomplishing your destiny, and we are becoming a better person each and every day through Christ, which strengthens us. And I want people to understand what parenting, as I said before, you're not successful because you've ostracized your kid beyond belief. You're not successful because you want to sit in your bubble and pretend to be right about it. You're not successful, for many different, things, including that, but those definitely two that I can name. And like I said, I just wanted to use that celebrity example because from the photos that I've looked at, of Sadie and her dad, you can tell Sadie knows that her dad, let alone her entire family, did a phenomenal job at raising her. You can tell she loves her dad, and she knows that he's done a phenomenal job at raising her. And as I said before, Shy God was one of my other, friends, one of my other local friends. When on Mother's Day, when she posted it on her story of a childhood pic of her and her mom, I could tell, she knew that her mom did a good job raising her. She knows her mom did a good job raising her, and so on and so on. And I promise you, that's what I want for every, let alone my life, I want for every parent out there. That's what, again, I'm only 22 years old, but I want people to understand these are where I want to take my operations with my career. My career is not just driving music. Trust me, I love making music, but I want my lyrics to have a direct impact on your life to get you better at everything, from developing your youth potential to becoming a better parent at helping your child develop his or her youth potential, let alone as a parent helping you develop your overall potential, not only as a parent but as a human being, so once again you can learn to smile at more things. That's how we live a happier, healthy, better life in Christ, etc. That's why I have no problem with not just pushing the music like I do, and I'm going to continuously keep doing. I want to get deeper and more involved in everybody's personal life, dare I say, to glorify that within the music, let alone, and or spread awareness within the music, depending on what you went through, as well, to get hands-on in how can I help you in your growth and development with Jesus, whether as a parent or as a child. What can I do to help you better? Get better. As a person, I have so many different likes, loves, interests, talents, skill sets, you name it. And I want people to understand, God bless these Panthers, that's exactly what a lot of this is in the future. How can we galvanize the troops to make the most out of our better tomorrow with Christ? A lot of this absolutely does tie essentially to Christ. Us following him, being aware and open of his signs, where he's leading us to. You have to get out of your own ego in order to see that, etc. But I do want people to understand, parenting, I'm not going to tell you that parenting isn't hard, but I definitely believe that what my faith has told me is that parenting is as easy versus as hard as you make it. That's personally me. You don't have to agree with it. And I want all parents to understand, put God first with your parenting. Because a lot of you not. A lot of you have put God to the complete back burner and wonder why your child came out so corrupt, etc. And dare I say, it is not enough to just send your child off to church and hope they come out to be a good person. No, you need to better your own self in your own parenting practices. You must learn how to sit your child down and read about the Bible. Let alone read about God, Jesus, read about whatever arts or crafts your child might be interested in, how you can help them hands-on with those arts and crafts. These are the keys to successful parenting, okay? You can't just push your kid in front of electronics all day and, again, hope they come out good. That is doing 20% of your job. And that's what a lot of parents are so, God forgive me, but lazy and corrupt with. That's doing 20% of your job. And that's what I mean. We have a lot of parents who, I promise to God, they was more in love with the physicals that went into making a kid than raising the kid, him or herself. I promise you, the evidence couldn't be more clear. Let alone look at the divorce rate. Let alone look at all these ostracized kids out here. Let alone look at the kids that are lost in meth and drugs and other stuff like that. The evidence couldn't be more there. A lot of parents are not driven to be better parents. At least you ask me. No one has to agree with me. No one. But look at the stats. Look at the evidence, the grassroots evidence that's staring you right in the face, and you'll see. Why do we have so many kids on drugs? Why do we have so many dropouts? Why do we have so many ostracized kids? Why do we have so many kids that feel like they have no hope, purpose, faith, and they just let the world do whatever they want to them? Why do we have so many kids, who are so suicidal? You name the category, you name the stat, the evidence is there to support a majority of it. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Parents, you got to start doing a better job. Shoving your kid in front of a screen is 20% of your job. The other 80% is hands-on. Teaching your kids stuff, being involved, interactive with your kids' social life, let alone their school life, their arts, their activities. And God bless all you parents that know exactly what I'm talking about because you live it every day. God bless you parents who are doing it right, who, when your kid grows up to be however old they are, they're not only going to want to honor you more and more and more and give back to you, but they're also going to be able to, shout it out to the rooftops. Yes, I know my parents did the absolute best and most for me, and it's just the foundational truth and proof to back it up. God bless all you kids and all you parents who've done your job, who realize the truth and have absolutely pushed forward with it and are trying to help other kids in their families grow and prosper in faith. Thank you, because I deeply love and appreciate that. I'm telling you, I've seen those examples. Like I said, the celebrity example of the Robertsons with Willie Robertson and his daughter Sadie, let alone the local example of one of my friends and her mother. I'm not joking. Saw it on Mother's Day, and I just couldn't help but to gush over it. Of like, she knows that her mom did a good job raising her. She knows it, and she's thankful for it. And a lot of parents, that can be you too. But you have to learn how to get out of your own ego, stop being self-righteous, stop being self-centered, stop pretending you know everything, and go get some help. Go to those outlets, go to those vices. And I'm telling you, it really has everything to do with, going to that church with your child, if not even separate, separate and talking to whoever you need to talk to about some hands-on tips and tricks of how you can get better at parenting, let alone what you should read with your child, asking whoever, what should I read with my child, how should I analyze this, what are the questions I should ask my child, how should we compare and contrast this, Sometimes you have to think on your feet with some of these answers. I'm pretty sure some of you already know what's popping, and you ask all these questions, but you need to at least ask one or two. But that's the point. Take the steps, go for the balance, and trust me, your family life will be so tremendously saved because of it. I'm telling you, a lot of parents or a lot of whoever out there, parents and guardians, or again, whoever out there, their number one problem is they don't want to hear what I'm saying, and they would rather keep on being as belligerent as they want to with their parenting practices. I wonder why their kid turned out horrible. You know, oh, because you never tried to get involved in your kid's life. You never wanted to accompany your kid here. You never wanted to talk to your kid. You just, again, either A, wanted to shove them in front of technology and let technology raise them, or you wanted to just let them be with their friends and let their friends raise them, or whatever you were to call it. You just didn't do your job, or you didn't do the 80% of your job. Because if I put it on a scale from 80 to 20, 20% of your job was shoving them in front of screens and letting them learn from that. The other 80%, which is the most important, was doing the hands-on work yourself. And a lot of parents do not. A lot of parents and guardians, in my opinion, no one has to agree with me, a lot of parents do not want to do that. But again, God first, I will obviously keep on throughout my travels. I'll keep doing what I can to learn, build, and grow with all families of again, to further my knowledge, get more gritty, gritty with it, and see where we can all help each other constructively, and so on. But God bless all you parents that understand what I'm saying and totally co-sign what I'm saying, because I'm telling you, the evidence couldn't be more in your face. You just have to literally, possibly even either A, look inside your own house, look inside a couple of doors down. If not, also look across the street, downtown, you name it. The evidence is there. A lot of times it is in our own backyard, and that's what we have to understand. We have to start doing a better job as a community to uplift each other. And it's amazing how I say that stuff, but some people are just like, I don't care about the community, I don't care about other people. Then what do you live for? Do you not know who God is or who Jesus is? Because the evidence couldn't be more clear. If you do not care about other people in any sort of way, then I don't know how you claim to have a faith in God in anything. The evidence could not be more there. You're self-centered. I'm faith-centered, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm able to tell you everything I'm willing to tell you. I am faith-centered. God knows that I might not be 110% right with everything I'm saying, but I'm always open and willing and aware to learn from it, learn with it, grow about it. I'm always open to going, 10 minutes from now, going to whomever, and having whatever in-depth conversation and whatever else groundwork I need to do to further my knowledge so I can preach it more to whoever watches these types of videos of me doing my thing and seeing where we can go, where we can grow, how we can better communicate, how we can love each other more. You get the point, because it's not rocket science. Why do people treat parenting like it's rocket science? Let alone, why do people treat being nice and kind and generous like it's rocket science? It's probably the easiest thing you can do if you just tap into that basic human element that God blessed you with, God gave you as He created you. A soul, a beating heart, and so on. I mean, I got more coming soon, so thank you all for listening, watching, and subscribing. Again, I got so much in the second half of my music story to share with you. It's not even funny, and I know that we're going to take this everywhere, because I'm NJ2THECITY, and I will be everywhere, or whatever else arrogant way I can put that. If not arrogance, just pure confidence. But you get the point. I love myself. I love my whereabouts. I love, what I believe, and I know what I believe, where it's taking me. And I just look forward to sharing it all with you in as much more fruitful music as I possibly can, let alone as many more in-depth vlogs, and see where we all can just grow. Grow in faith, grow in life, grow in school, grow in sports. Like they say, become the best version of yourself. And you're not going to become the best version of yourself if you don't put forward an effort to try anything new. Think about it. Think it's more common sense than anything, right? So, your boy, the man, NJ2THECITY out. More coming soon. Right back at you. Peace.